There are words that can touch the heart more deeply than any human utterance. Words that not only fill the mind, but also uplift the soul and illuminate the inner darkness. Among these words, the names of Allah occupy a unique place. Each name is a light, a key, a promise. Some speak of mercy, others of power, still others of gentleness or protection. But all remind us of one essential truth: we are never alone, and our Creator is always near, ready to listen to us, guide us, and transform us. This journey through the 99 names of Allah is not just a journey of knowledge, is a journey of the heart, is an invitation to meditate, to reflect, and to discover the depth of the relationship between the human soul and the one who created it. Prepare your heart, breathe deeply, and let yourself be guided by the light of His names. The call of names. There are times in life when silence becomes louder than words. When night falls and the world falls asleep, a subtle call resonates in the soul. It is a call that is not heard with the ears, but with the heart. You look up at the vast and mysterious sky, and you feel every star shining like a reminder. He who created you, He who sees you, He who knows your pains and your joys, He has names. These names are not mere words to be recited mechanically. They are lights, doors, keys to a deeper understanding of the one who fashioned you from a drop of water and honored you with your soul. Allah is not just Allah, the supreme name that encompasses all others. He is Ar-Rahman, the all-merciful, whose mercy encompasses the believer and the disbeliever, the righteous and the sinner. He is Ar-Rahim, the most merciful, whose special mercy envelopes those who return to Him with sincerity. He is Al-Latif, the one who acts with invisible gentleness, who opens paths for you that you had never imagined. The Quran forcefully reminds us, to Allah belong the most beautiful names. Call upon Him by them. Surah Al-Araf, 7:180. And if you think about it, you understand that these names are not just titles. They are alive. They speak to you. They resonate in your daily existence. When you feel abandoned, it is the name Al-Wali, the intimate protector, who draws near to you. When you are plunged into the darkness of error, it is on only, the light, which comes to illuminate your path. Imagine for a moment that every difficulty in your life is like a closed door. Behind each one, a name of Allah is waiting to be discovered. Your fear of the future? It calls you to know Al-Alam, the one who knows everything, who knows what you don't know. Your feeling of loneliness? He invites you to discover As-Sami, the one who hears even the silent sighs of your heart. Your financial insecurity? It leads you to Ar-Razak, He who provides without limit. Every name is a promise. Every name is a caress for your weary soul. But we still have to knock on those doors. How often do we spend our days without calling Allah by His names? How often do we seek love, peace, forgiveness, when the keys are already in our hands? A wise man said, the names of Allah are oceans. The deeper you dive, the more you discover pearls you have never seen. So why stay on the shore? And you, what name of Allah resonates in your heart today? Is it Al-Jabbar, the one who repairs what is broken? Is it Al-Ghafir, the one who forgives even when you yourself cannot forgive yourself? Or perhaps greetings, the peace that your soul needs so much in a world of chaos? Allah has placed these names like mirrors. By invoking them, you not only know Him, you learn to know yourself. When you say, "Oh, my love," "Oh, you patient one," you see your impatience. When you say, "I am Kareem," "Oh, you the generous," you remember how little you give while He gives without counting. So, the names of Allah are not just a list to memorize. They are an invitation to enter into intimacy with your Lord. An invitation to call Him not just by the word Allah, but by the 1,000 facets of His perfection. So tonight, in your own silence, dare to call Allah by one of His names. Dare to knock on the door. For whoever knocks sincerely, Allah opens the door. A story that awakens. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a man with a broken heart. His nights were long, filled with regret and tears. He kept repeating to himself, "I have committed too many mistakes. Allah will never forgive me." Every memory of his past was a wound that would not heal. One evening, unable to bear it any longer, he went to find a scholar. His eyes were red, his face marked by shame. He said in a trembling voice, "Sheikh, I have disobeyed Allah so much. I am afraid that He has rejected me forever." The scholar looked at him, then smiled softly. He placed his hand on his shoulder and replied, "My brother, you have forgotten something. You have forgotten one of the most beautiful names of Allah, Al-Ghafir, the one who forgives again and again. You forgot At-Tawwab, the one who always welcomes repentance, even when you have left him 1,000 times. These words struck the man's heart like a flash of light on a dark night. For the first time in a long time, he felt a breeze of hope blowing through his soul. That night, he sat alone, his hands raised to the sky, and he repeated over and over again, "O Ghaffar, O Tawwab." He wept, no longer in despair but in relief. He discovered that the name of Allah was not a mere word, but a refuge. The Quran confirms this eternal truth. "O my servants who have committed excesses to your own detriment, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Allah forgives all sins. Indeed, He is the forgiving, the merciful." Surah Az-Zumar 39:53. Think about it for a moment. Haven't you too experienced times when you thought you were too far from Allah? Times when you said to yourself, "I am not worthy to return to Him." Yet, it is precisely at this moment that you are closest to discovering Ar-Rahman, the All-Merciful, who only awaits a sign from you to welcome you. Look around you. Every day, Allah covers people's faults. Every morning, He gives you new life, although you may have spent the day before forgetting Him. Every breath is a proof that His name Al-Hakeem, He who is patient, acts in your favor. This man's story is not unique. Millions of souls before you have tasted the sweetness of forgiveness by calling Allah by His names. One of them may be in your own family or even within yourself. A companion of the Prophet related that a man, consumed by his sins, came to the Messenger of Allah. This man was in despair, but the Prophet replied to him with infinite tenderness. "He who repents of a sin is like one who has no sin." Hadith reported by Ibn Majah. What an incredible promise! As if every name of Allah you invoke erases the traces of your past and gives you a new start. So ask yourself this question. If you had only one opportunity this evening to invoke Allah by one of His names, which would you choose? Would it be Al-Ghaffar, the one who erases sins as if they had never existed? Could it be At-Tawwab, the one who welcomes every tear, every sigh, every sincere return? Don't let your heart be chained to the weight of the past. The names of Allah are not meant to be recited only with lip service, but to be lived. Tonight, perhaps your heart needs to rediscover Al-Hakeem, the one who completely erases, who makes disappear what you feared to carry eternally. Remember, the desperate man found peace not by changing the outside world, but by connecting with one name of Allah. And you too can find that peace. There are times when the soul thirsts for something that no wealth, pleasure, or material success can quench. What the heart desires is connection with the one who created it, the return to the one whose every name is a refuge and a light. The names of Allah are not just words. They are keys to transforming our inner being, to purifying our thoughts, and guiding our actions. When you invoke Ar-Razzaq, the provider, you begin to feel a sense of relief from your financial or material worries. The anxiety that has been oppressing you slowly subsides, as you realize that the one who nourished the entire universe knows your needs perfectly. Likewise, repeat greetings, peace, reminds you that serenity is not simply the absence of noise or conflict, but a state that only the presence of Allah can give. Each name of Allah acts on the soul like a mirror. It reflects what we are and what we can become. When you pronounce Al-Adl, justice is not just about understanding that God is just, but about inviting that justice to emerge in your own decisions. When you say Ar-Rahim, O Most Merciful, your heart learns gentleness, empathy, and compassion, even for those who have hurt you. As the Quran emphasizes, Allah does not change the condition of a people until those among them change what is in themselves. Surah Ar-Rahman 13:11. Consider for a moment the power of this word. The names of Allah are not meant to remain words to be recited mechanically. They are tools for change your interior, to elevate your mind and purify your heart. Each name you meditate on is a step towards profound transformation. Imagine yourself in front of a mirror, but this mirror doesn't just reflect your face. It reflects your soul. Every time you invoke Al-Latif, the subtle and gentle one, you discover how attentive you can be to the little things in life, to the details that often go unnoticed, to the delicacy in your words and gestures. Each invocation is a reminder that Allah's greatness is also manifested in the subtleties of His world, and that your soul can learn to perceive this gentleness. It is not just about reciting the names. It is about live with them. When you say Al-Hafid, He who protects, let this protection guide your steps, giving you courage and serenity in times of uncertainty. When you pronounce Al-Mu'min, he who grants security. Feel this confidence seep into your heart, dispelling the fears that prevent you from moving forward. And you, what do you feel when you call these names? Is it just a sound you pronounce, or a breath that touches your heart and transforms it? How often have we forgotten that these words are doors to a divine intimacy, keys to understanding our essence and our weaknesses? The heart that transforms is a heart moving who rejects stagnation. He learns to welcome mercy, to practice patience, to spread light around him. And this transformation is not instantaneous, is built through meditation, repetition, and the alignment of our actions with the names we invoke. As the Quran reminds us, call upon your Lord with humility and in secret. Surah Al-Araf 7:55. For it is in the secrecy of your soul, in this silent dialogue with the names of Allah, that your heart is purified and transformed. Each word spoken with sincerity is a seed that will germinate into light, peace, and inner strength. So, with each invocation, allow your heart to rise, to free itself from what weighs it down, and to reflect, even a little, the perfection and beauty of the divine names. Life is never a perfectly smooth road. Each of us experiences moments when the world seems to collapse around us, when fear and doubt settle in our hearts. But these trials, however difficult, carry a silent message. Behind every difficulty lies a name of Allah waiting to be discovered. Think of Joseph, thrown into a well by his own brothers. Betrayal could have broken his heart. Loneliness could have extinguished it. Yet at the bottom of that dark well, he called out to Al-Hafid, the one who protects. In this name, he found the strength and patience to go through the trial. Years later, he became the minister of Egypt, but the real treasure was the inner light he had cultivated through his trust in Allah. Similarly, Abraham, faced the ordeal of fire. His enemies thought they could destroy him, but he invoked Al-Mumin, the grantor of safety. The fire became cold and safe for him, not by any outward miracle alone, but by the power of the name that accompanied it, by the faith that burned in his heart. And Mary, alone, pregnant, facing murmurings and judgments, called upon Al-Wadud, he who loves infinitely. This name brought him serenity and strength to face trials, despite loneliness and the incomprehension of others. As the Quran says, "And we will test you with something, fear, hunger, and loss of wealth, lives, and fruits, and give good news to the patient." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:155. This word is not a warning intended to frighten us, but an invitation to understand that every trial is a meeting ground with Allah. Each of us has a particular name that resonates with our trial. When fear assails you, it is Al-Mumin who protects you. When you are oppressed or unfairly treated, it is Al-Adil, justice, which manifests itself to remind us that everything will be balanced. When despair tries to invade you, it is Ar-Rahman, the infinite mercy, which envelopes you. Think about your own life. How many times have you felt like you were at the end of your rope? And yet, somewhere in your heart, a name reminded you not to give up. Maybe it was Al-Qawi, the fort, or Al-Aziz, the Almighty. Perhaps it was simply a breath of courage that allowed you to get back up. Each test is an invitation to discover a name you had never consciously called, and the more sincerely you call upon this name, the stronger your soul becomes, the more light pierces the darkness. For the power of the names of Allah is not limited to a specific moment. It is accessible here and now, to whoever invokes him with humility and faith. Look around you. The obstacles you encounter are not there to destroy you, but to guide you towards an inner revelation. As the Quran reminds us, those who say, "Our Lord is Allah," and then remain steadfast, the angels descend upon them. Do not fear, nor be sad, but rejoice in the paradise that you were promised. Surah Fussilat 41:30. So every test becomes a chance to recognize the greatness of Allah and discover the name that transforms your heart, purifies your mind, and opens a new path. So in your own trial, what name of Allah can you call upon today to find strength, protection, and light? Is it Al-Hafid, Al-Mumin, Ar-Rahman, or another name still hidden in your heart, waiting for your sincere call, the inner journey? The longest and most intense journey is not the one we make through external landscapes, but the one we undertake within ourselves. The human soul is a vast and mysterious universe where every emotion, every thought, every breath can become a path to divine light. And on this journey, the names of Allah are our guides, our beacons, and our silent companions. Imagine that each name of Allah is a mirror. When you pronounce O Latif, he who acts with gentleness and subtlety, you discover not only the delicacy of his actions, but also the rigidity of your own heart. When you invoke, "Oh, my love," he who is infinitely patient, you realize how quickly you get carried away, how hastily you judge. Each name becomes an invitation to introspection and transformation. As the Quran teaches, "And do not be like those who forgot Allah, and he made them forget their own selves." Surah Al-Hash 59:19. These words are not just a warning, they are a call to reconnect with ourselves through Allah. For to forget Allah is to forget who we truly are. And to remember Allah is to rediscover our essence, purify our outlook, and harmonize our heart with the divine light. The inner journey is also a path of discovery and awakening. When you repeat Ar-Razak, the provider, you feel your material fears lessen. When you say as Sami, he who hears everything, even the silent whisper of your soul, you realize that you are never alone, even in your inner struggles. And when you invoke Al-Wadud, he who loves without limits, you learn to perceive love in an infinite way, not as a simple, limited human feeling, but as a constant and living presence that accompanies every breath. Each name is a compass that guides you through this inner labyrinth. Some names teach you patience, others mercy, and still others strength and courage. But all have one thing in common: they open the doors of consciousness and bring you closer to Allah, not just through recitation, but through the transformation of your heart and mind. Ask yourself a profound question: how many times have fear, anger, or jealousy dictated your choices? And how many times have you called upon Allah by His names to let His light guide your decisions? The inner journey is not about running away from one's weaknesses, but about recognizing them and transforming them through the divine presence. The Quran powerfully recalls this dynamic. Call upon your Lord with humility and in secret. He loves those who seek closeness to Him. Surah Al-Araf 7:55. On this journey, the soul learns discipline, patience, and gratitude. It learns to see the world with renewed eyes, to see the beauty hidden in simplicity, and to feel peace even in the turbulence of existence. Each name of Allah becomes a step on this path, a sure guide in the darkness, a light that illuminates the invisible and reveals what is often overlooked in the hustle and bustle of daily life. Thus, the inner journey is never solitary. It is accompanied by the wisdom of the names, by the strength of faith, and by the constant presence of the One who knows every secret of your heart. And each step of this path, even the most difficult, brings you closer to clarity, serenity, and a deep understanding of your own being. So, what name of Allah will you call today to enlighten your inner journey? Is it Al-Latif, Al-Halim, Ar-Razak, or another name that resonates in your soul and awaits your sincere invocation? Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine that tomorrow you leave this world. With what name would you like to meet your Lord? Is it Ar-Rahman, the All-Merciful? Is it Al-Ghafur, the Forgiver? Is it As-Salam, peace? Do not let the names of Allah be just words in a book. Make them lights in your heart, strengths in your daily life, and keys to your eternity. Open book Allah did. Call upon Allah or call upon the Most Merciful. Whatever name you call upon Him are the best names. Surah Al-Isra 17:110. So tonight, what name will you call with love and conviction?